Why is a Komatsu 10-ton digger floating on a pontoon in Lake Tondano? I found an article about what is happening to Indonesian freshwater lakes, 17 of which are regarded as critically endangered if immediate and coordinated action is not taken. The article, from a highly accredited website called mongabay.com, which specialises in tropical rainforests and is the established source of environmental news reporting and analysis for rainforests, and which has had substantial impact in the preservation of the same, dealt specifically with Lake Limboto, 400 kilometres south of Lake Tondano, both of which are in North Sulawesi, and tells us it is number 1 on a list of 17 critically endangered lakes. The lake you see here, Lake Tondano, 36 kilometres from Manado and 600 metres above sea level, is number 5 on that list of 17. Lake Limboto, which was in 1932 30 metres deep, is in 2017 1/3 of its size and now only 4 metres deep, and has of course suffered a drastic decline in fish stocks, with local fishermen paying the price, and a decline in biodiversity in general. The government's concern is that as Lake Limboto becomes increasingly shallow, being in a basin, water will have no other place to go, so that the city of Gorontalo will be threatened. As the situation becomes more desperate for the lake, both government officials and academics from across Indonesia gathered on the shores, declaring to Jakarta that a national body should be created to coordinate attention and funds to Indonesia's more than 800 lakes. So back to the question, what is a Komatsu digger doing on the lake? Both Limboto and Tondano Lake are suffering from sedimentation. Sedimentation is caused by deforestation and agricultural development on the slopes around the lake, certainly in the case of Lake Limboto, and also from the rapid growth and spread of the water hyacinth, which drain water and which, when they die, fall to the lake floor. Free floating, they also decrease the water oxygen level. Indonesia, whose population, like the world, has rocketed, has expanded agricultural production. Government subsidised corn growing led to the cutting of the forest on the slopes, destabilising those, and this was made worse by the non-return of farmers to the cleared farmland after it had been used, hence the soil erosion, earth being washed into the local rivers from the local streams, from the slopes, and on into the lake in the basin. The destruction of primary forest ecosystems will exact a huge long-term price, not just for us, but for them. We have in Ireland already cleared our rainforest, temperate oceanic rainforest, which once covered the British Isles, and we have replaced it with monocrops of grass and pine, lined up in rows like numbers on the spreadsheet of an accountant whose marketing people have endeared us with Christmas trees. Some of the greatest expanses of pristine rainforest left in the world today are in Indonesia, but these face huge threat from corruption, inequality, ignorance and democratic failure, both there and in the West, whose model of so-called economic growth, corporation imposed there, has been hell-bent on the expansion of palm oil plantations, the product of which every one of us consume, the cost of which is priceless, not just for us, but for them. Harrison Ford featured in an excellent documentary in 2014, partly dealing with deforestation in Indonesia. With 273,000 hits on This Is What Happens When Harrison Ford Meets the Indonesian Minister of Forestry. Ford meets Zulkifli Hassan. Ford's anger is more than appropriate, but equally listen to the reaction of the Indonesian government's upload to YouTube, called Harrison Ford Has to Apologise to Indonesian. It pointed out how environmentally friendly the United States is. Even if created secondary forest, which is human planted forest, was planted in Indonesia, the quality of the original ecosystem would never be recovered, because tropical rainforest is the most diverse and rich ecosystem on our planet, and the opposite, the palm oil plantations that cut the earth like the rabid accountant's pen does fresh paper for his overlord, the financial system.